Everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm coming to you with another collaboration. This time it's with my friend Lala Honey 06, and she does amazing YouTube videos on hair and fashion and nails and vlogging, and she keeps it 100 all day long. So if that's what you're into, I want you to check out her videos. I'm going to leave a link to her channel in the description box, and I'm also going to leave a link to her collab video and her Instagram page. Okay, so check the description box. But we came up with an idea to do a sexy summer makeup look. Okay, and it's supposed to be using affordable makeup. I slipped up in mine, and I used a NARS eyeshadow. Okay, now you can find that same dupe of eyeshadow in one of these Wet n Wild palettes. Not this palette, but Wet n Wild has a palette called the Comfort Zone, and you can find that at your local CVS or Rite Aid. So it's the dark brown eyeshadow that's in the Comfort Zone palette. It's a great dupe for this NARS eyeshadow. Okay, and for those who want to know the name of this eyeshadow, I already showed you in my tutorial, but it's called Mekong. I think that's how you say it. But yeah, so this is my sexy summer makeup for my girls who's going to be going out this summer and, you know, wants a smoky eye. I mean, everybody loves a smoky eye. Okay, so I want to thank you all for watching. I will see you all in my next video. And check out them other videos I did already. Okay, we are 32 videos in. Before I end this video, I want to say that I am at 350 subscribers, and I know some people may say that's not a lot, but for me, just starting my channel in February, that's a lot of subscribers, and I'm so humble and I'm so grateful to all the YouTubers who have been doing it for years, you know, wanting to collab with me and really taking me in and embracing me. And I want to thank all my subscribers, my new subscribers, and the ones that's to come in the future. Okay, so I want to thank you all for watching this tutorial, and I will see you all in my next one. So everybody, we starting off with Black Opal's Nutmeg Even True Foundation. And today I'm going to mix a little bit of MAC's Sunrush drops in my foundation just to give my face a nice glow. So there you go. I'm going to mix some sun drops in. So I'm going to start buffing that foundation into the skin. And I love this foundation. I actually am going to be doing the summer favorites. I mean, May favorites. So look out for that video. But I really love this foundation. I mean, for $10.99, you get a lot of product, and the coverage is amazing. So if you haven't tried out Black Opal's Even True Foundation, please try this out. Just make sure you prime the skin before you use this foundation, especially for the summer, okay? Next, I'm going to be taking LA Colors Fawn Concealer, and I'm just going to conceal my dark circles with this concealer. I'm not going to necessarily highlight it with it today. I mean, I've done it in the past, but I want to look a little bit more highlighted for this look, since we are doing a sexy summer makeup look. Basically, you will wear this at nighttime. So I'm just going to cancel out any darkness up under the eyes with this concealer. And I'm using a cosmetic sponge just to really blend that in, so there's no creasing going on. So that's why I love sponges, because I can really get close. And then next I'm going to take LA Colors Warm Honey Concealer, and I'm actually going to highlight with that, okay? So I'm going to do the same thing I did with Fawn. I'm just going to put it up under the eyes. And then I'm going to take a sponge, and I'm going to really buff that concealer in. Now, I get my sponges from CVS. A couple of people will ask me where I get my sponges from. I get my sponges from CVS, so look out for my favorites of the month, and that will be up pretty soon, probably at the end of May, and I will show you all exactly what sponges I use from CVS. You can really get them on sale, and you get 2 for $5, so you get about 15 wedges in a pack, I believe, or something like that. But anyway, I'm going to take this concealer, And I'm going to highlight my nose, and I'm going to highlight my forehead just to bring a little bit of light to that area. As you can see, I didn't put any foundation there because I knew I was going to cover up that spot. So, and I'm also going to highlight my lips. That's a little trick. If you really want your lips to stand out, just conceal them. You know, make sure you cover up any darkness you have by the lips. Women of color tend to have a lot of pigmentation around the lip area, especially in the corners of the mouth. So you really want to conceal that, okay? Because if you go to put on like a red or orange lipstick, that's really going to show. And it's going to look like you have on lipstick with dark spots, okay? So really just use a color corrector or using concealer as what I'm doing, and just really buff that concealer in, okay? So this is what your face should be looking like so far. Just make sure you blend everything in. And then I'm going to take Black Opal's Total Coverage Foundation and Corab, and I'm going to contour my face with that. And I'm using a MAC painter brush. You don't necessarily have to use a painter brush. You can use another sponge. But I'm just using that foundation to contour my face. Now this is what we call cake makeup because it comes in a thick form. It's a really thick foundation. A lot of drag queens and stuff love thicker foundation, especially up under the lights because they do a lot of shows and things like that. So taking another sponge, I'm really going to just buff this foundation in so that there's no lines of demarcation, and really working it into my forehead and buffing out the sides of my face, okay? Another reason that I love sponges is that it cuts down on washing a lot of makeup brushes, okay? I hate having to wash all those brushes at the end of the day, and sponges just really do it for me. You know, I know some people may say, well, oh, you wasting money, you just keep buying sponges and you got brushes. Yeah, but when I come home from doing all those faces, I don't want to be standing up washing a million brushes. So that's why I buy sponges, and I also get them on sale, and I always get them from CVS. So I know I'm getting my money's worth with these sponges. So anyway, just really buff out that contour color. And now I'm taking Ben Nye's banana powder. I'm using a sponge, the same one I did, and just really pack that powder on. The reason why I waited to put the Ben Nye powder on is because with LA Pro concealers, when you put them on, they're kind of wet. And if you put powder right on top of that concealer, it's going to look cakey. So I like to let my concealer dry down a little bit, and then I add the powder on top, okay? Because you don't want that cakey look, because that's hard to fix, okay? So I'm also going to highlight up under my contour. You don't necessarily have to do this step, but I really wanted the contour to pop out more. So I'm just taking that sponge and I'm going right up under my contour. And that's what makes the contour stand out, okay? So anyway, I'm taking a pointed fluffy brush and I'm just blending out that highlighting powder. Some people like to let their powder sit. I don't. I just want to hurry up and get it off my face. That's just a personal preference. But I'm taking a brush and I'm really just buffing that color out some. Okay. And the great thing about Ben Nye is that they make more powders besides banana. Okay. So I'm taking Black Opal's translucent powder. It's a pressed powder, and this will be in my monthly favorites as well. As you can see, I did hit pan. I am always buying this powder. This is one of my favorite powders. It has no flashback. You don't look ashy with it. So that's why I really love it. And it's great for high definition cameras, especially if you're doing photo shoots. This is great to have with the clients. Anyway, I'm taking Milani's multitasker powder in chestnut. And I'm just setting my contour, okay? So I'm bringing back a little bit more color of the contour. And next, I'm going to be taking MAC's Red Brick eyeshadow, and that's going to be my transition color. So I'm just going to blend that in. Alright, so now I'm taking MAC's Brown Script, and that's going to go into my crease color. And I'm using a fluffy brush just to blend that in. And then next, I'm taking NARS's Mekong eyeshadow. It's a brown eyeshadow with gold reflex in it. And I'm just going to pack that on, and that's a 227 brush. And then I'm taking MAC's 217 and I'm just going to blend that out. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Just pack that eyeshadow on. And then take a blending brush and just blend out that color. Okay? So just blend that out. I already have my lashes on in spare time, and they are number 523s and 747 longs. You don't have to stack your lashes, but I do. And then I'm going to take Rimmel Scandal eyeliner, and I'm just going to run that in my waterline. Okay, just to smoke it out a little bit more. And then I'm going to take some of that brown script just to smoke out that black color, okay? And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, just smoke it out a little bit. Next, I'm going to take MAC's Raisin Blush, and that's going to go right in between my contour and my highlight. Okay, this is a warm red-brown color. Kind of reminds me of MAC's Brown Script eyeshadow. And then I'm going to take MAC's Gold Deposit, and I'm going to highlight my cheeks, my nose area, my forehead, and then I'm going to highlight the other side, okay? This is a great highlighting powder to have. So if you don't have it, I suggest you look into getting one if you can. And then I'm going to set my face. And this is what your makeup should look like so far. Okay. Let that dry down a little bit. And then I'm going to take Wet n Wild's 902C lipstick. And it's not really a color I would actually grab for, but it was in my area. So I was like, you know what, let me just put it on. And then I'm going to line my lips with NYX lip liner in Mahogany. This is a great lip liner to have. So look into NYX lip liners. Okay, so I'm going to line my lips with that. And then I'm going to take MAC's Enchantress Lip Glass, and I'm going to put that right on top, just to tone down that color a little bit. So here we have it. This is the finished look. I hope you all enjoy watching this tutorial, and everything that I use will be in the description box, along with La La Honey 06 video as well. I thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in my next video.